What caused the sinkholes on West 2nd Avenue? Amy and David Gerhart's family settled in for lunch at home after catching a morning movie with their three young children on March 17th, a very unlucky St. Patrick's Day at 530 West 2nd Avenue in Lititz. That's when one of the couple's children, after lunch, who went into the basement, found water on the floor pouring in through the walls. The water was the result of a water main break in the street, which preceded the creation of large sinkholes on his lawn, sidewalk, and driveway. 6 inches of water ended up in his basement floor that followed the channel created from a recently replaced sewer line to the home. That was the third in a series of sinkholes and water line breaks since January 2016, and the second since the Gerharts purchased the property less than 6 months earlier. The previous sinkholes occurred November 29th, only 2 months after the couple purchased the home. Lititz Borough, which acknowledged responsibility for that water main break, immediately closed the 500 block of West 2nd Avenue, shut off water to homes in the area, set up a traffic detour, then dug up the street and repaired the break in the street. A Borough dump truck loaded with debris from the repair collapsed into a sinkhole that suddenly opened on the street. Lititz police said the incident in November caused no injury. On January 26, 2016, the Borough repaired a sinkhole in the street after a 19-year-old fell through snow inside a hole while taking trash to the curb. The 19-year-old, who was the son of the previous homeowner of the 530 West 2nd Avenue property, did not sustain any injuries after falling into the sinkhole. Gerhart said photos taken that day in November show the beginning of sinkholes on his property marked off by traffic cones. He said the damaged earth caused him to repair his sewer line, which ruptured on March 17th of this year.
The problem that we're experiencing with the borough is that they're arguing that we can't definitively know if the source of the sinkholes is on our property or is out on the road, arguing sort of a chicken and the egg scenario, where the sinkholes here on the property causing the water main break, or did the water main break cause the subsidence on our property? Now, I'm just a layman, but it doesn't really make any sense for something on our property to somehow break a huge 6-inch water main out on the street. It makes much more sense to me, and frankly our testing proves that the water main break out on the street, with the hydrostatic pressure of the water, it just blasted a channel of high pressure water underneath the ground, and you can see the directionality. It just carved right across our property here. It went right down into the basement, this is the newest sinkhole, which hasn't even been addressed. That's frankly one that I fell into exploring it.
Did it collapse when you were?
Yeah,
when you fell?
I fell kind of right into it, and and that concrete that we're looking at right there is the basement wall that has a huge floor-to-ceiling crack, and at the bottom of that is a wall-to-wall crack in the slab. So you can actually see right here the brick. All of this is loose, and there's a stepwise crack that goes all the way down.
I talked to the borough, and they said that they have been contacted and have letters, so there will be. Is there a suit filed? I couldn't find.
There hasn't been a suit filed yet. We're still, our attorney Mel Hess at GHK, DKH Law in Lititz, has been giving them every opportunity to, between them and their insurer, which is Selective Insurance, to settle before we have to endure the cost and the expense and the time of taking this to court, because it seems like an open and shut, no-brainer of a case. I really don't understand why they want to incur additional expenses by going to court, and frankly the delay of a trial, which is just going to continue to run the meter as far as
And the
costs
borough
go.
says it can't talk about it because of the litigation or possible litigation.
Mm-hmm.
Have you heard from them, or your lawyer?
I reached out to them this week. I reached out to the Zoning and Codes Enforcement Officer, Lori McIntyre, who basically said there are no updates at this time. And I fully understand that they are concerned about liability, that they do not believe that they have any financial responsibility for this situation, but we just see it differently, and I believe our lawyers will prove that to be the case.